everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Whose Life Is It Anyway? This is a very real podcast, all about a fake podcast where someone's life story is about to be made up right here, right now, on the spot, guided along by a bunch of improv games and guidelines. And guess what? In this one, the points do matter. And the two men battling over those points for this episode, it's Zack, Kelly, and Josh Waddle. Guys, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thanks for letting us be here.
And the studio audience roars. Calm down, everybody. Calm down. We got to get started. Guys, are we ready to make some stuff up?
Hold
that. You sound like you were just shocked by him saying that. Like, what did you think we were doing
so
here?
The script you sent me doesn't matter.
Oh my God, that's embarrassing. I was reading it all morning.
Well, unfortunately, I'm about to assign you guys some roles and a theme, and you have no choice but to make stuff up right here and right now. So here's what we're going to do. Zack, this is going to be your podcast. So you are officially the host.
Wow.
Welcome.
Thank you. Hey.
Josh, that means you're the guest, okay? And what your experience, what the story is that you're sharing here today is that you were a soldier drafted into the alien war of Independence Day, and you're here to share what that experience was like. All right? So, Zack, this is your podcast. It can be whatever theme that you want it to be, now knowing what your guest is. And Josh, you were a survivor of the very real, in this universe, Independence Day alien intergalactic war. So, I'm going to start the timer, and let's get this thing going. In 3, 2, 1, Zack, take it away.
Hello, welcome. This is Zack Boback. Welcome to Alien Friends Podcast. We're here to talk today with one of our most controversial, maybe adversarial guests, but I want to hear his side of the game. We're here with Buckwheat Stevens, and who fought in the Great Alien War of the Independence Day. And this is the one that they made the documentary about. It was really great. They had all the same exact actors, played the same exact parts in the movie. That one guy who flew into the plane, they flew the plane into the ship. We all thank him. Quick moment of silence for him, even though he was against the very reason we have this podcast, Alien Friends. But hey, you're here, Buckwheat Stevens. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thanks for having me on the show here, Mr. Boback. It's been a long time. You know, it's a little bit of recognition about the lives that were lost and the memories that were just erased forever in that alien war all them years ago. And I'm just happy that someone's finally shining the light where it needs to be shown.
Yeah, and that's what we're here to do on Alien Friends. So, with your experience in the war, like what brought you? What made you take up arms?
Well, you see, I was in fact drafted. I at the time I was employed at an Arby's.
Change.
And at the time I was in fact employed at a Kmart.
Change.
At one time I was in fact employed bountifully as a street vendor. I was slanging some meat, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And I was making quite a bit of money doing that, but old Uncle Sam, finally found me and was like, "Hey, we need you for this war to fight these aliens."
So, what was your first conversation like with Uncle Sam like when he met you on the street slanging your meat? What kind of meat were you selling? What was Uncle Sam? What did he say to you?
Before we answer that question, Josh, we're going to play our first game of this episode. So let's go ahead and roll this conversation along, but we're going to play Alphabet, where each of you must begin your next sentence with the next chronological letter of the alphabet. Josh, we are going to start with the letter N.
Never in my life did I ever think that I'd have a government official in front of me pleading me for my body and pleading me for the skills that I had acquired over the years, but here it was, and they said that we can't win this war without you.
Oh my God, that's truly the most incredible thing I've ever heard in my life. Perhaps when he was running into you and he was thinking about what you were going to be doing and like how you were going to be joining the military and how they needed you, like what did he say to get you to join the military? Like obviously you're an incredible person, you're slinging your meat. What kind of credentials was he talking about?
Quite the interesting story on that one there, Mr. Boback, is because they were like, hey, with your background in meat slanging, we want you to be working in the mess hall of the of the human ships. That's what they were calling. They said, because they were like, it wasn't one country, it was every country. It was like, you're on the human ships.
Really? Wow. So when all those countries were brought together, like, what was that like? Did everybody have to learn a language? What's the single language that everyone learned?
Shit, son, on every single one of them days, you'd wake up and someone would be screaming at you and God-forsaken something just sounded like a bunch of jibber-jabber out there. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, buddy. Just take this meat and go sit down and eat it.
Totally. I totally understand that. If I were in your shoes, I would do the exact same thing. So, like, what did you have to go into the war? Did you see military? Did you see, like, the front lines at any point in time?
Unfortunately, they did put me on the front lines at one point because they're like, hey, we've lost too many soldiers now. We got to start sending the kitchen staff out there with just, we didn't even get proper weapons. They ran out of guns, so they were just like, yeah, just use like your metal ladles to whack them things.
Wow, very utilitarian. That's crazy. So, like, you were using your tools. What was your favorite tool that you used to whack those aliens?
What kind of tools didn't I use, over the course of them many, many months and days, between like ladles and, like one of the like tongs, we use kitchen tongs on them. Hey, a tong, you ever tonged an alien before? I'll tell you this, they don't like it.
X-rays? Did you use any X-rays on that against aliens? I heard they have a little bit of weakness to radiation.
I could have used
That point goes to Zach. Great job. Let's continue the conversation as we're starting to get into what the war was really like with these aliens, but you've got a little bit of an accent going, but we're going to go ahead and layer and change it up a little bit. I want you to pick your best impression and continue the conversation.
Well, I'll tell you this, Zachary. They sent me out there on the front lines, and, they said, hey, Mr. Hamburg, you're the best. You're the best kitchen cook we've ever had. And I told them, there's no way I'm going out there and fighting these stinky aliens anymore. But they had me do it. They said I'm the only man to do it. They said I was the chosen one, so I had to listen.
Wow. Incredible. Good work. So when you were going to the war, you were using tongs in new ways. What kind of new ways did you use your tongs in?
Well, I'll tell you this. I took those tongs, I shoved them right up the alien's ass, and they started screaming in some kind of terrible, awful language I could not understand. But then I took those tongs and I spread them out and I spread their alien cheeks. And then I grabbed those cheeks right there, and the aliens, they kind of liked it, I won't lie. They said that they didn't like it, but they think they liked it enough.
Wow, incredible. Was this before they destroyed the White House, or was this what caused them to do the White House?
It was unfortunately in retaliation. They said, because you spread our alien cheeks, we're going to blow up the White House. And they did it. I told them not to do it, but they did it. They're not very smart people out there, Mr. Boback. They're very unintelligent aliens. They don't send the best aliens here.
Pause. We're going to go and keep these amazing impressions that I'm absolutely certain of who Zach's doing. I'm positive of it, I believe. We're going to layer another game on here. We're going to play questionable impressions, as we have some of those already. So keep your impressions, but continue with questions only. Zach, take it away.
Did you enjoy spreading the cheeks, or did you not enjoy spreading cheeks?
How could I not enjoy spreading cheeks, Zachary? The cheeks, they are the most beautiful thing, the most beautiful part of the alien, really. They got the tentacles, they got the mask, they got the face. The cheeks are the most wonderful thing, and how could I not enjoy spreading those cheeks?
Wow. Incredible. What when you were spreading them cheeks? Did you use any new methods? Did you only use tongs, or did you also use other things?
Have you ever been in the kitchen before, Zachary? I don't think you have. Can you tell me one other tool in the kitchen that could possibly be used at all to spread alien cheeks?
Spatula. Would that work? 2 spatulas, maybe. Would it?
Are you looking for a new job to work in a kitchen? Because you are blowing my mind right now.
Let's go ahead and wrap up those games. That is it for questions only. And you know what? I'll let you guys determine whether you want to keep those impressions going. Otherwise, let's go back to the conversation as normal. I want to get into the nitty gritty of really, we've spread some cheeks. We're using tongs and kitchen utensils to fight this war. I really want to know what it was like there out in the trenches facing these aliens. So let's continue the conversation.
Yeah. So after you spread the cheeks, they shot their lasers down at the White House. What did you take up arms then, or were you still tonging it?
Well, at that point, the tongs was all I had left. It was the only thing that I had left in my soul. So, but I did find a larger set of tongs at that point, though, and I'm like, these are going to be the ones that's going to win us the war.
And did they?
No. They were immediately obliterated out of my hands as soon as I stepped on the battlefield. The aliens just zapped them. They started laughing at me, Zach. Certainly, and I peed my pants.
I hate to bring light to that, but I do want to bring light to our sponsors for this show. Alien Clorox. It's good for things.
Change.
Alien Borax. It's good for cleaning a little bit more stronger things.
I gotta tell you, though, nothing can wipe off the shame that I felt in my soul when I had to go back home to my ma and pa and tell them that I was a deserter and that I had abandoned the war because they laughed at me, and I just could not take that myself. And I turned around and I ran back home with my piss pants and everything.
They didn't give you a Purple Heart? Like you didn't. I don't know if you deserted the war after they lasered your arms off. Like I think.
Pause. We're going to go ahead, continue the conversation as we are, but we're going to play Fortunately, Unfortunately. Continue.
Unfortunately, you had your arms cut off. And I would imagine you would have gotten a Purple Heart, but unfortunately you didn't. What? Can you tell me a little bit about your fortunes in that situation?
Well, unfortunately, yes, I do no longer have my arms. Aliens did take those as a war trophy, what they said. And then it turns out, once I ran away back home, back to Youngstown, Ohio, to my ma and pa, I called up the government, some years later, and was like, "Hey, you guys got any awards or anything for a veteran like me?" And they say, "Well, unfortunately, sir, we've been looking for you for some time, and we're coming to throw you in prison."
Yeah, unfortunately, the aliens that we all know and love have taken over the government and have been really controlling things.
Fortunately, though, I mean, their treatment of the veterans system has improved quite a bit. Like the VA hospital has fortunately just gone, just its quality care has gone through the roof.
It could only go up, truly. With that all said, fortunately, aliens have been really cranking out a lot of technology. Have you found a new use for what they've invented, the armless tongs? Have you found new love or refound your passion of cooking?
Yeah, a bit. I try to get in the kitchen every now and then. They fortunately did hire me on at the Lone Ponderosa left in this new world, and I cook up a mean boiled steak.
We can drop Fortunately, Unfortunately. You both get a point for that one. Good job. Good job. But we are going to continue this conversation playing Number of Words. So, Zach, you can speak using 5 words. Josh, you get 3. And continue.
Do you like alien lords?
Lords are fine.
Alien feudal systems are different?
Feudal lords. Yeah.
When will you army again?
Whenever they call.
Will they call soon? Yet?
I hope so.
Me too. Army is good.
Me like army.
Let's call an end to number of words. Great job. You each get a point. To give our brains a rest, let's go back to the conversation as normal.
So you're just saying me like army.
Yeah, sorry, Sam. But sometimes, when they took my arms, it kind of fried my brain a little bit there too.
Yeah, and I think like army kind of has a different meaning for you now that you're armyless. What do you?
God damn it! I didn't even think about that. Why did it just?
I had to bring that up.
Blown my mind a little bit here.
I had to bring that up. So now that the alien force is out there and they're kind of taking over various, they went through Jupiter, they went through Venus, Mars, and some other Omicron. Persei 9. Legally distinct. Have you thought about joining the alien force, or?
I gotta say that's a mighty interesting proposition that you've made there. I never thought of. I grew up my whole life, ever since that war, at least, just hating aliens. Despite the fact I did take an alien wife home with me after the war. But I tell her every single day, I'm like, I love you, but I hate your kind so much.
Change.
I tell her every single day, don't burn my eggs again, bitch.
Well, here on Alien Friends, we're here to cross those kind of boundaries and make friends with aliens and think of them differently. We all loved different kinds of aliens.
I did love Alf as a small child.
Wow. And?
Well, yeah, I've got what I like to call a goon bank.
Please tell me more about this goon bank.
Well, I just, it's my bank of, images and videos and, it just sometimes sounds. It's just sounds, that I like to goon to when I'm, it's hard to. Have you ever tried gooning without your hands? It ain't easy.
Let's not answer that question. We'll go ahead and pause to interject with our next game, which will be Whose Line. I am going to give you each 2 secret lines on these pieces of paper that you must implement into the upcoming moments of this conversation. We've got a few minutes left. Continue.
And it's just, when you got a passionate heart like I have, it's just, you just got to goon.
Yeah, and you can't goon with the legs. Sometimes when I'm gooning on my own here on Animal Friends, I think to myself, my nipples are hard as a rock, but my hands just aren't getting the jobs done. Thanks. Do you ever, what's your, this isn't a usual topic of Animal Friends, but what's your nipple play situation like?
Well, unfortunately, I can reach my nipples with my feet. I'm quite, I'm quite nimble with my feet there, and then, but sometimes, I put my feet on up there, and then, I start playing my sounds in the background, and one of the mottos I like playing in the background while I'm, doing my nipple gooning. Is how come we stopped talking after it happened? And that's what I like that because that's what my alien wife said to me, after the war.
Now, I'm going to pause us. We'll keep with Whose Line and everything that we're doing, but I'm going to have you switch your roles. Mm-hmm. Zach, you are now the veteran of this Independence Day war.
Thank you.
Josh, this is now your host, your podcast that seemingly is about gooning now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so when you after the war, would you say that was a stress on your marriage to your alien wife?
Yeah, when I told her not to talk to me, and when we stopped talking, we weren't on talking terms for about 10 years. And the first thing I said to her after I was done, I was like, my silence is over. I got something I got to get off my chest. And I said, want to help me steal from that blind guy over there? And I was thinking to myself, I got disadvantages. but my disadvantages still give me my feet to steal. And I use my feet as tongs now. And I tongued, and she tripped him, and I tongued him, and I tongued those things right out of his
Some people can
hands.
just have it so easy. I mean, yeah, losing your eyesight, like that's way easier than losing your arms. You know, if I ever lost my arms, I mean, I would just be like, I have never been back to Idaho since our honeymoon.
Wow, that's incredible. So so that's a little story about you talking about.
Yeah.
I know we're talking about my arms getting lasered off, but I want to hear about when you were in Idaho last.
Well, it was for my honeymoon. Yeah, no, unfortunately, that marriage did not last. I'll tell you this: don't take your alien wife to Idaho. A, I mean, nothing to do there. B, they do hate aliens there. It is an alien unfriendly zone, which we here on Alien Friends do not condone.
I'm going to pause us. We are in the last minutes of this conversation, so I'm going to add in a little bit of a twist as the host here. So, Josh, you're now the host of Alien Friends. Zach, you're the veteran of this war. You've also had seemingly a war at home with your alien wife. Yeah. Josh, in the last few moments here, I want you as the host of this podcast to reveal that you were a lost son, an alien human son of our war veteran here. What was his name? Buckwheat?
Buck Stevens.
Yeah,
Buck Stevens.
Yeah, it is.
Buck Stevenson?
Yep.
Yeah, there we
Either
go.
way, Buck Stevenson, you're about to find out that you have a son. And continue.
I want to ask you one question. You had an alien wife too?
Yeah. She was an alien wife. That was, we met in college, and it kind of worked then, but it just didn't last. Didn't last. Unfortunately, I never quite learned how to really interact well with women or really relate to my emotions well because I'll be honest with you, I grew up without a father.
Oh wow! I'm surprised. You seem like a real ladies' man. If I were
Change.
You seem like a real stiffy in the bathroom kind of guy.
Well, I have a little secret here I wanted to share because you might think that I'm just a normal guy right now, but like I'm gonna.
Oh, your arms can't ride off.
Yeah, they've been prosthetic arms this whole time.
Wow, it's good to be with another arm.
I was. Well, here's the thing. I was born this way.
Whoa!
And they told me, in Alien Clown College, they were like,
you went to Alien Clown College?
Well, it was a boarding school. Yeah, it was Alien Clown boarding school that I went to, and they said, your father was an armless gentleman. And I think right now, I've never met another armless person. There might not be another armless person on the planet, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, did you get him? You didn't even have him lasered off?
No, just born. Yeah, because it was genetically passed down from the only other armless man in the world.
That's crazy. Who that?
That's
I'm looking down right now.
That's you. Yeah, you don't have arms.
You're my biological armless.
I think so. I think when you gooned into my mom, I was what gooned out.
Wow, you came out quite as a gooper yourself. I couldn't be more proud of you, but you do got a lot of alien friends, and we're gonna have to talk off mic about that. About how many alien friends you got, given my background.
Well, do you think that the humans will accept me as a half human, half alien?
Good as they accepted me. I went back to cooking, slanging my meat on the street.
Oh, you're back on the street slinging meat?
Yeah. And you're gonna live up in my boots. I got big shoes to fill, son.
Oh, do I have to give up the podcast and become a meat slanger?
Yeah, you gotta join the Stevenson meat gang. We're out on the street slinging meat.
Is the gang just you?
Yeah. Wife comes out every once in a while, but they don't like her. She brings out the weird meats.
Like kangaroo kind of meats, or are we talking weirder?
Like alien kind of shit.
Oh, wait. Oh, my mom's eating other aliens? She's at least cooking and serving up other aliens?
We eat other mammals, like aliens can eat other alien types. Like there's like alien cows that are up there. And
I've seen them. Yeah, I've been alien cow tipping before.
Whoa! You're a chip off the old block, son. Well, I I love you. I hate to say it. Yeah, I love you now. Yeah.
Dad, I've waited my whole life for to hear
Yeah,
this.
I'm proud of you for what you've done.
And that is our time, and no better way to end this than on a wonderful high note of a family reunited. My goodness. Now, the first mystery I want to get down to the bottom of.
Yes.
Zach, who was that earlier that the impression was?
Oh, obviously a Christopher Walken.
I think I picked up Walken. I picked up Walken.
I thought so. I thought
It's
so.
more of a Christopher running, I would say.
That's pretty all right. So, okay, let's break this story down here for a second. So, our seasoned war veteran of the Alien War actually started out in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then just got forcefully drafted using only the kitchen utensils at hand.
Yeah.
And then you eventually get your arms lasered off. Is that what ended up happening?
Yeah, well, they lasered off, and then because he's just fighting with kitchen
Yeah,
utensils.
it's a real
Doesn't have
under
anything.
siege story.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
he was just a cook on the ship, and then he had to save the whole ship.
Right, but didn't. In fact, ran from the duties.
Got his arms cut off. Didn't even get a
No,
Purple Heart.
if you got your arms cut off, you're probably gonna run away. 'Cause
I'd
that's-
stay and fight. You know, I don't know about you guys. Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
ooh.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Wow.
I wouldn't
okay.
punch. I'll tell you that.
You couldn't punch, but you
Yeah.
would continue to fight. It's Earth. You got to save all of
Yeah.
Earth. All
Well, it
of
sounds like
humanity.
it sounded like with the aliens in control now, things weren't bad. Means at least
Better
the VA
veteran
was
care.
better. Yeah,
Yeah.
the veteran care.
It does, except for seemingly this one veteran
Yeah.
who's just kind of just walking around with.
Well, it's
he
sounds like
deserves
it's a
arms.
little
Yeah.
self-inflicted kind of.
Yeah, that's true. He did run home and then is now back out on the street serving the meat.
Yeah.
Serving meat.
And good for him.
But also
Happy ending.
with an alien wife that he doesn't seem to appreciate but much at all. Doesn't really like it.
You know how relationships go.
Yeah,
you know,
marriage
it's-
is complicated, Ross. It's-
Yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah. That's especially when it's intergalactic.
Yeah,
Marriage.
intergalactic love.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then what a twist at the end.
Yeah.
A son reveal. A child. An
Yeah,
illegitimate
who would have
child.
known?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
I was wondering why the guy was on the podcast, but it all kind of came together at the end.
It was all a plan.
Uh-huh.
It was all a plan by the
Yeah.
host the entire time. He said, I'm going to get my father on this podcast, hear his stories.
The only other armless man.
The only
yeah,
one
yeah.
Has to be.
genetically passed down.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Got his arms zapped off in an alien war, and that gene was strong enough that
Yeah.
it passed down to his
I
child.
think, well, maybe the alien tech kind of, messed with his DNA a bit. And that was,
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
good. Well, let's see if one of you two losing this show alters your DNA, shall we? Because, guys, the points are in. Zach, you went up to space. You fought this battle.
Thank you.
You also lost your arm because you both played the same character. And you came back to Earth with 7 points. 7 points.
It's really tonguing him over
a good
onto my
score.
plate.
Yeah,
Uh-huh,
yeah, just
uh-huh.
loading him up.
Uh-huh. Now, Josh, you established this wonderful character. You took him to war.
Yeah.
You talked about the meats. You talked about the alien wives.
Yeah.
And during your time at war, you collected 6 points. That means this war goes to Zach.
The good guys.
Congratulations. Chalk one up for the good guys.
I just cannot win.
If you were winning this right now, whose side would you really be on? The aliens or the humans? What's this win for? Give us a victory speech.
Yeah, I'm a big Fairweather fan, so I'm here to support whoever's winning at any point in time. If it's the aliens, I'll support the aliens. If it's the humans, I'll support the humans. I serve no masters, but the masters that will put food on my plate.
This, even if it's alien meat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, give me those space cows.
Absolutely. Wow. Josh, unfortunately in defeat.
Yeah.
You lost arms in a war. At one point, you lost the character that you established. And now you've lost the game. How are we feeling?
Well, it's like they say. It's like, hey, the soldier can leave the war, but sometimes the war doesn't leave the soldier.
Wow.
It's just bring it back home with you, and it's just.
Oh, had I not just sat down the scoreboard, I would give you another point and tie this thing up. But it's so far over there now.
Yeah, it's just done.
Yeah, so
that I
It's just-
can't.
yeah,
We're gonna
it's on the
remain-
floor.
Sucks.
Yeah, it's on the
Yeah.
floor. It's very far over there. So this is it's gonna stay 7-6 with Zach taking the victory. Now, before one of you storm out of here, either in victory or in anger, I would
storm out in victory.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, fuck yeah,
Yeah, I fucking won.
Yeah, I have fireworks and stuff set up in the hallway
Oh, man.
for the victors now.
Well, yeah.
Season 3, we got a big budget for the show.
Yeah, well,
so-
well
Incredible.
that's, I mean, we are filming this on July 5th, so I mean, you probably got those pretty cheap.
They were just clearance. I got the hallways lined,
Yeah.
ready to explode. But before anybody runs off to continue gooning with their day or anything,
Yeah.
I would love your guys' help telling the folks at home goodbye. So in Whose Line fashion, I would love your help forming a goodbye one word at a time. Can you help me wrap the show up?
Yeah, of course.
I'll kick us off and we'll go this way.
Uh,
Hello.
my
Friends,
All
of
your
support.
goes
to
Space.
and
The
intergalactic
Federation,
of
alien
friends,
who
love
to
grab
and
touch
and
titillate
you
while
listening
to
this,
lovely
podcast
which
airs
on
specifically
my
favorite
gooning.
day.
Follow the show at Who's Life Pod. Zach, where can the people find you?
Online on somewhat
somewhere on Al Gore's internet.